What is going on, everybody?
Hello!
It is Pixel Partners here, and welcome back to Danganronpa. When we left off,
It's very quiet.
Yes, we begun the class trial for Hifumi and Taka's deaths, and there's a lot going on, and so we're trying to make our way forward.
Events.
It really is, in a series of unfortunately complicated events. But we're trying to break it down one by one, little bit by little bit. So now Kyoko's got ideas. Let's see what to do.
Now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how.
Okay.
In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
Because he was alive.
That's
Yeah.
true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
We could not have been. Yeah, we could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. Yeah. So
It
would seem so.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
By being alive.
Yeah.
What? How? If the dead body were to move itself.
There we go.
She's onto it.
Huh?
The dead body moved on its own?
Is this supposed to be a huge twist for the player? Because we figured it out right from the get-go.
I thought it before he even actually really died.
Yeah.
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
No.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
Yes.
That it isn't possible.
Yes, it is. The idea that Hifumi was still alive. Is it really possible?
Uh-huh.
The glass is cleaner. That's all we really need on that one, I'm pretty sure. Probably. There could be other parts of it, but
Broken wristwatch.
I don't think that's... Okay, we'll see what's going on, because we have to do another
Are you
taking a
saying
thing
that
here.
when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
I'll go and suck that up, actually.
It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Tuh.
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
That'll be the contradiction
Yeah.
there, so...
That?
Yeah.
It's because they
Maybe the
found
announcement
Taka.
was intended to signal
Oh,
someone
wait,
else's
actually...
discovery.
Well... oh, no, yeah, that
Ooh.
was wrong. Okay, yeah, so... It was the other way around, so...
What does that have to do with what I said? Or do you just not know what you're doing?
I mean, that's also correct, so... Ow. I'll fix that, don't worry.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually
Suck it
still
up.
alive?
No, it is impossible.
She's just like, nope. Nope.
Hifumi was
Yeah.
dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Do you think?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Blah! Real?
What?
Oh, real? Maybe I suck up that one and throw it on the last statement.
Your meaningless
Ow.
words are...
Wow. Ow, that hurt.
Ooh. This is...
Are you saying that when we
Okay.
first found Hifumi, there's a chance he...
No, Hifumi was dead.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
What?
I'm...
shoot!
I'm genuinely...
We're
Okay.
almost dead. This isn't good.
When we first found there's a
We'll get health back, so I'm gonna let them do the cycle through so I can see what someone says. Because they'll give us a hint at the end of this usually, so...
Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I'm sure the body discovery announcement was only made once. But Hifumi and Taka's body was discovered at almost exactly the same time. But there was
Are
a
you
second
saying that
announcement.
When we first found
I'm-
Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive.
No,
Oh,
it
you
is
fi-
impossible.
Oh, we just lost
Hifumi
5
was
seconds.
dead, without a doubt.
I'm actually
And you know
very
that
confused.
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that?
I'm not sure about anything anymore
Maybe
right
the
now.
announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I'm so confused. I don't under.
Should we
Nothing
take
makes
someone
sense.
else's discovery and hit it to Hifumi's dead body had been found? Or no, we can't do that because that's at the end.
I don't think it'll cycle through. I can. So. Let me.
Are you saying that when
think
we
this
Because
through.
you tried doing the
Hifumi in
reverse,
the
right?
nurse's office, there's a
Well, I
chance
don't
he
know.
was actually
I don't know if
still
it'll keep my
alive.
answer when I cycle through.
It is impossible.
Because you're saying to take the last one and put on the second
Yeah,
one.
but we can't do that.
And you know
I don't.
that how?
I mean, I
Surely
haven't
you heard the
tried,
body
but
of Hifumi's
I'll
dead,
see if it
and
sticks
that is-
around.
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
So let
No.
me see if that'll stick around.
Are you saying
Oh,
that when
okay.
we first found
Well, we're gonna
Hifumi in
find
the
out.
nurse's
So which one are we
office,
gonna throw it at?
there's a
I guess
chance
this
he
one?
was actually
No.
still alive.
No, it is impossible.
But we used the two statements
was dead.
together.
Without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Well, we're gonna find out if it's right or
Surely
not.
you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's
That
dead
one.
body had been found.
I was right.
Okay. Oh God, thank God. I didn't know it would cycle through like that. I didn't think it worked that way.
I didn't know if it did either, but
That's
it
the
made.
first
Was the
time we've
body
had to do that.
discovery
So,
announcement that
I was
made
right.
Yay.
I'm smart.
intended for Hifumi?
yay! There you go. You finally caught on, Makoto. I'm glad.
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But
Our
that
health
was
is so
also the
low.
same time that Taka's
We'll get
body
half a
was
heart
found.
back every single time we get a thing right.
I know,
so
but still.
it will just be right from now on.
That's right. It wasn't long
That's
after
right.
finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
Ooh.
Actually, it didn't.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that
There were 2.
it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
The first time, yeah.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Yep, see, he caught on.
Yeah.
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Yep.
Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
The second by discovery announcement. First time it played was when we found the body in the nurse's office, the equipment room. And the second time was when both bodies were rediscovered.
Just after Hifumi came back to life.
I mean, depends. Are we talking about when he actually came back to life? Because they made the announcement and then he woke up and then he died again, remember?
Yeah.
That was a weird moment, but
It was.
I'll go with him both bodies rediscovered.
Yep.
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
We really don't need the flashback, but ding dong, ding dong.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality,
You found his dead
when
body.
the 2
Yeah.
dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
Yes.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet.
Nope.
Ding, ding, ding.
Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
Ding dong,
Yep.
ding bong.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
The glass is cleaner.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he was super good at playing dead!
I mean...
Well, I guess he was.
The worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
You're so
yeah.
confident on that one.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body.
Do we need to?
Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
Celeste.
There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone. That'd be the glasses cleaning cloth. You're familiar with those.
Yeah, I am.
Hifumi, or his glasses, that
Yeah.
too. Let's take a look here.
Well, here's one thing we do know.
Yes?
The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office.
Yes.
Yes.
And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom,
He ran away.
his body disappeared.
Oh, whoa.
Wow, that, I thought I did
Next
this.
time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
Yes.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved,
There's going to be a
other
different...
than the change in how it was positioned,
Oh, wait.
there was no notable difference.
The glasses.
Yep. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
Yes, I will.
Why am
When we
I...
found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
Like-
his glasses were covered with blood.
I'm... Compared to when Mondo was being... When we were like, oh, Mondo did it. Oh, no. What is Celeste? I'm just like... Have I just accepted it, or am I just
I was
broken
gonna say,
at this
no,
point?
I think it's... I mean, the Sigmar could be fit, but I think it's the fact that Mondo blindsided the fuck out of us.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't see that coming at all. We were dead set on Byakuya being the murderer. But then we got blindsided by Mondo being a realized culprit, where from the beginning, like pretty early on, we were like,
She's sus.
she's sus, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So that's probably because
Black is acting sus.
because we didn't just get thrown into the deep end. We saw
Yeah.
it from early on. We were like, there's something not right with her.
Yeah.
We've kind of been sussing her out from the beginning. So
I'm still just like, Celeste, why you gotta do
But
that?
when we found
Yeah.
him again later in the repository,
But I'm not
They were
as sad for some reason. At
because
least,
you've had time to accept it
yeah.
instead of just being thrown out
I
on
know
the
with
spot.
Mondo, it was just, boom, he's gonna die, and I was like,
Being
oh
hit by a
wait.
bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, the spotless glasses.
Yep.
and I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
The evidence of found in trash can in his office was
Glasses
that-
cleaning cloth.
I got it!
Undeniably
It
his.
was a glasses
Yeah.
cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I hate they had to say that. I'm sorry.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
You're not wrong.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
He's not wrong.
No.
This is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Hey, I do that
Then
too.
there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is, what exactly?
He was alive.
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
Oh, come on.
But
Really?
who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
Yes.
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see.
Yep.
Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet.
Yep.
And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
His corpseous corpse?
That
Okay.
did not work.
But then,
Good try
he
though.
was just pretending to be dead. What was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
Probably.
Yeah.
Something like that.
The fridge in the nurse's office contains
That's right.
for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
Right.
Figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. So we just dumped it everywhere.
That's a fucking metal move. Just pouring someone else's blood all over you.
Oh God, yeah.
Fucking wild.
But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot.
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained.
Genocide
Yeah.
Jill's she's fun. She's a fun
Yes, she is.
It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
That'd be Hifumi. What moved Taka's corpse was? No.
No.
Taka himself.
He was alive too.
He was the ghoul.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
I can attest to that.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
Yep.
But that means he took part in the murders.
Yep.
Yes.
I just can't believe it.
I
If you're
can.
having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Okay.
There's more?
No.
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest
She's like, oh,
fact
oh, yeah.
pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he
Yep.
took
Oh,
off
yeah,
of Taka's
the note.
lifeless body.
Yeah. You think Hifumi stole? Get a B? I mean, he had it in his hand. Where is it? That's the note.
I got it!
Yep.
You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
Yeah.
What? In his
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now.
Yeah, let's move on.
Take a look at what the note says.
Pants.
Pantsu! Found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Akuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet up in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In
No.
other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro, and that person could only have been...
Hifumi's pants!
Wait,
Taka. He got in touch with Taka.
Oh, I don't know why I thought it was the person who was saying
No.
that.
Hifumi's pants!
That was wonderful. I love that.
Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection!
What do you want?
I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
TikTok hits different now.
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka
These names.
and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
These names she makes.
Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
And Jessa Jack is seriously scary, but still, I can't let her get to me. Well, now we have the scrap of paper that we can use, so... Or the little torn...
TikTok!
Wait. Why would I use any of those? Those can't be right. Let me look through
Huffy had
this.
the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
No.
Huffy, I hate
But
that.
remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
I hate
6 a.m. The
I
broken
hate-
watch. The broken watch. 6
I'm
a.m.
noticing
is
6
when
a.m. What
6
happened
a.m.
at
is when
6
Taka
a.m.?
died.
Ah, yes, that's what I need to clear up. Okay, so let me
Note, right? Then the person it
It'll
was
be towards the
intended
end.
for must have been Hubby.
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
No.
It has nothing to do with TikTok, the website.
That's all I hear when I hear that.
Yeah, but TikTok, the person.
There absolutely is a connection.
And not the Kesha song either.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch.
Yep.
But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Where he was killed.
Yeah.
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note.
Poor guy.
I
Yeah.
think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that. No further objections.
That trail off. I love it.
Someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less.
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
We've got it. Don't
Yep.
worry. Everything's still enough from Taka. We need the scrap, which is around. There we
Right
go.
there.
Kiyotaka's scrap of paper.
Man, poor
When I
Taka.
searched
For
Taka's
real.
body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small
He
scrap
went
of
through
paper.
so much before he died.
He really did.
If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
You didn't think to do that before we walked into the trial. You could have done it
Yeah,
at the moment you
what-
grabbed it.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup. They're from the same piece of paper.
Yep.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew
Yes.
the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
If not the murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
No.
That's a little wrong.
Sorry. No.
I need to calm down on that one. Bring it back down to earth.
He's doing his
When we
best.
found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
Except then he woke up and then died again.
That was a weird moment, but
Yeah.
Hifumi.
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
da-da-da.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Yeah.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus.
Calm down.
Call it a walrus.
Exactly.
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
Yes.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file,
We
the way
need
Taka and
the clean
Hifumi were
hammer.
killed was almost the same.
Yeah.
With them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back
Nope.
where they found it.
Well, yeah, there, yeah, but not one of the Justice
I was
Hammers.
like, that's not wrong.
But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of
Wow.
a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
No, it's. I was gonna say that if he didn't say it first. I was like, what? He had a thought there for a minute, and it actually came to fruition.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
Debatable. I'm sorry, buddy.
It's a little loose.
I don't
Yeah.
understand it either.
That's why we love you.
The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally,
didn't.
I haven't a clue.
Oh, I bet.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Yeah. What?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then,
It's okay. I'll take over this one.
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
Yep.
I don't think it is possible.
Dude.
They were both killed with the same
There's
kind of thing, right?
hammers in the
So then,
repository.
what was used to kill Hifumi?
If only there weren't 7 other hammers hanging on the wall. Weapon is used to actually kill Fumi.
Plot twist, it was
Well,
one of the
pictures found
tiny
in this
ones.
case won't become clear until we figure that out. So I'm gonna have to find the truth.
We already know it. Alright. Got so many dead classmates.
Spotless hammer. There's gonna be one more soon.
I know.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
Boom!
Was it Justice Hammer 3?
That might be that. That might be
Yeah.
it.
Justice Hammer 4.
Maybe Justice Hammer 5.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
There's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon?
They just
How
picked
did
it up.
nobody witness them carrying it?
No.
sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
I mean,
murdergear.com/hammer time for more info!
I hate.
Well, one thing seems pretty clear.
She would know that website
The
exists.
murder weapon had to be one of the Justice.
I'll go with that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at me being smart.
Objection.
That seemed like the perfect one to fit it into. So.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
It was a
Not
regular
I
hammer.
was gonna say, not completely different, Makoto. You're getting a little
Yeah.
ahead of yourself. It's still a hammer.
It's the same thing.
Seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris.
From being
But for
used.
some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
As a whistle.
Yep.
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off.
They should have thrown some sawdust on it afterwards.
I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones.
It's a big hammer.
I
Yeah.
bet whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
They literally used them.
Yeah.
If that's true, that
Like, it even
would
has little
explain the
hanging things on
Monokuma
the
files
ends.
note
Yeah.
About the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Yep.
Whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Yep.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working
She's like, hold up, I gotta back out, gotta get out of this.
The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder.
Unless they say lost a bet and had to help you.
So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
Did we talk
She's
about
getting
that?
real huffy
Yeah.
over that.
Is there a possibility that maybe she took the laptop and used that as like a way to get Hifumi to help her? Be like, I know you want this. If you help do this thing for me, I'll give you the laptop.
Maybe.
Maybe. Because we still have to think about that having disappeared, so. At least that's what we thought at first, but. Alright. What do we have here is bullets of truths. Spotless hammer. Again. I don't
Yeah.
know if that'll be it, but we'll take a look at it. How long is the truth statement going to be? Only 7
Based
of them,
on the
so.
rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive.
Yes.
Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were 2 murders.
Which one are we gonna flip the script on? Obviously, there's only 2 actions there. We have
Yeah.
to suck up one of them to use on the other. I don't know which one's the correct order for it, though. Can we really say there's no chance 2 people work together on this?
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the
Yeah, that's
murder,
the same.
only the one who actually carried out the act, assuming the rule holds true. It is simply impossible that 2 people work together on this.
That is how the rule
Well,
was explained to us.
wait,
But
maybe.
that only really applies if there's one murder, right?
Because I think
In
Hifumi
this
killed
case,
Taka.
however, there were 2 murders.
Let me see if this works. If not,
Oh.
oh well, it's gone anyways. Because would the hammer have anything to do with it? Because it wasn't the first murder. No, then that wouldn't make sense. So
I think
Based on the rules
Celeste
that have
helped
been laid out
Hifumi
for
kill
us,
Taka,
Even if more
Yeah.
than one
and
person
then
is complicit
she
in the
backstabbed
murder,
him and killed him.
yes.
only the one who actually
Oh, wrong
carried
button.
out the act can graduate
Didn't mean to
and
do that.
survive. Assuming the rule holds true.
All right,
it is
it's gonna be
simply
one of these 2, I
impossible
think.
that 2
So
people-
That is.
But that only really applies if
Let me
there's
just,
one murder. In this case, however, there were 2 murders.
it's
Nope.
backwards. Okay, that hurt. Yeah, that's not what you're doing. No, I never know what I'm doing. So
Ah, just when we got some life back.
Based
I
on the
know.
rules,
I gotta
even
go
if more
all
than
the
one-
way
only
through.
one who actually, assuming the rule holds true.
That is.
is it me?
In this case, however,
I wanna
there
suck
were
that up.
2 murders.
There we go. I need that for the later on. If that's not it, then I'm way off and have to put the hammer on
Yeah.
something. I didn't think the hammer would be involved
No,
in,
I don't think
saying that.
so.
So
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate, assuming the rule.
yeah, pow, pow, pow. Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
No, that's wrong.
Oh, that's right, because we were talking about 2 murders. That would just create
Yeah.
more evidence. So yeah, that makes sense going
Since
the
there
other
were
way around.
2
So
murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working
Dude, come
together.
on.
The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that 2 people could act as each other's accomplices to commit 2 separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act,
Yep.
murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone,
Yep.
creating 2 separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look.
Yep.
A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind
That's why
it
she
all.
was like, "Oh, it's Hero.
The
It's
master
Hero."
Yeah.
picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
See, that's what I'm
Figured.
saying. I think she just orchestrated
yeah.
it all.
Oh yeah, I figured.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You'd be
Yes,
Celeste.
how?
So, I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
Well, they had someone that had a motive to want to kill someone already over the
Yeah.
whole laptop incident, so effort made to convince us the 2 murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Yoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents.
Yep.
Yoko really is amazing, although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing.
She's ultimate.
like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions and in the end, murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. Well, I want to make that jump real quick.
Dang. Celeste.
I mean, right? Right?
Yes.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
Oh boy.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
Yes, you've orchestrated a lot.
You've been suspicious.
I really do hate this kind of joke.
It's not
I'm
a joke, honey.
I wonder.
So what you are saying then is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi.
Are you gonna snap at us?
The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him.
That's a perfect alibi for her, is hating is the whole...
I would go within 10 feet of that shit for brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
Woohoo!
Well,
There it is.
You know, I had a feeling before, that whole accent thing is totally fucking fake.
Yeah.
Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
Was that the only thing Celeste had in common?
The paper hidden
I hate that, but I'm pretty sure that's in kind of a suspicious individual.
Yeah.
But I hate how they give you the... Oh man, it's like watching Good Mythical Morning when they'd be like, A, regular answer, B, regular, C, something totally out of normal. That kind of suspicious individual was only done by those two.
It's a running joke.
It really is, and I love it.
The suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Oh, okay, now I hate you again.
Sorry.
Don't apologize.
Come on,
As
man.
he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
Yeah.
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
Yeah, I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs. Yep.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen.
From that moment, I was like, all right.
Yeah, we were both starting to get like...
It was that moment right there where I was
Yeah.
just like, huh.
Yeah.
Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling
That too,
scream.
that was a little dramatic.
Yeah.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
So that's what's wrong, blah, 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 yeah.
That was a rather intense scream.
I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed, conveniently.
Yeah.
Blocking the stairs,
so he
yeah.
headed upwards.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
There's him. Yeah.
Huh?
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Yep.
I didn't even remember. He can remember. There's so many intricate parts. Yeah, she did suggest the split up into two groups.
I remember that.
Wait, the
I
hunting part
listened
is
to
interesting.
everything she said.
I mean, I listen, but I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, the characters. Yeah.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected.
Your face over on the side of the screen is like, oh shit.
And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on.
Yeah, that.
That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I guess you're not wrong on that one.
Yeah.
I just realized another strange thing.
Yes?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, You were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
You're real silent now.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
I'm not surprised in the slightest.
No.
She's been very suspicious.
You were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom.
Took you away from him.
Uh-huh.
Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Yep.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Oh, you little poker face.
To deny
Yeah.
you made one fatal mistake.
Ooh.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
Ooh.
What are you talking about?
Oh, we're gonna
boy.
talk about that next time. I'm kind of excited for something Byakuya's gonna say. What the
Same.
fuck kind of universe am I in? Oh my
Excited
god.
for what Byakuya's gonna say?
Oh my god.
That total ass.
Oh my god.
Why am I so eager to see her get caught? It's not that I want her to die.
Well,
It's
here-
not that
Okay.
it's not that I want her to die. I'm just very interested in this whole case.
It is. And the other aspect is that, like, this is like legitimate, like, this is the first time someone has premeditated, planned out in
Yeah.
advance a massive murder strategy to just fuck everyone over.
Yeah.
Because when it came to Sayaka and Leon,
Those were like
that
in
was
the
very
moment things.
heat of the moment, like very little preparation to it. Just kind of like, let me get someone here so I can kill them.
Yep.
And then just trying to recover from that. And then when you had Mondo,
with Mondo,
that was another
it
heat of the moment.
He
do
wasn't
something.
even planning on that. It just
yeah,
happened.
It was heat of the moment. Do something. React. Celeste, this was cold-blooded, calculated. It doesn't matter who it was. Get someone else to murder someone to make yourself look even better. Like this was calculated and
playing the victim.
Like damn.
She's smart.
She is,
but not smart enough.
Not smart. Damn it. Damn it.